spaces but not participate. I want to know from you. What do you volunteer to do? Are you volunteering as a protester? Please, kindly tell me, and then I'd like to go to the next speaker. But I appreciate your presence, Devon.
So Kenyan lady, this is exactly what I was saying. Unajua, if you're having any revolution, you must sit down and restructure. You must sit down and look at what you're doing wrong. I know I'm ranting, and I said I know I'm ranting, and I'm nilisema hivyo kitambo. I gave a disclaimer. I don't know if you had me giving a disclaimer. Nilishasema. So what I'm trying to say is, well, I'm really sorry if you feel like you're being demoralized by what I'm saying, but I'm just saying that we must really, really dissect this movement and look at what we're doing wrong and changing it. That is all I'm saying. So kama umechukulia kobaya man, this Jewy, but all I'm saying is that tujiangalie man. Mimi nasema tu tujiangalie na watu wajichunge. You guys should arm yourselves man. Be serikali ita protect anybody. Inawaambiaga hivyo, serikali ita protect anybody. Haita protect anybody. Swear to you, no police officer is going to protect you in this Kenya.
Please, you're getting me wrong again. I'm trying to understand from you what you feel it has been done on this space that has been done on other spaces. Because the person who's ranting right now
I'm not
the most
bringing
is
down
actually
the
you.
space.
The exact thing you're complaining about.
I know that. I think I've said I'm ranting. I know I'm ranting, Kenyan. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying there's something being done wrong in this space. I don't know if you're getting my point. I'm saying that we must look at the movement and see what we are doing wrong as a movement, not what this space is doing wrong. I don't know if you get the point. Well, I think the space is actually amazing because volunteer, it's amazing. You get it. I'm just saying that even as a movement, this revolution, let us now look at ourselves. You get it? Tuone ni nini tunafanya mbaya, ni nini tunaweza improve. That is all that I'm saying. I'm not like calling the space out and saying that the space is doing bad things.
But I'm
Don't get me
saying,
wrong.
for the last time, I'm saying I'm doing everything differently. What has been done on other spaces is people go, they set an ultimatum, they say, in 2 weeks, Tuesday, Thursday, we're coming. And I'm not doing that. I'm asking for volunteers for a special reason. Okay? There is a reason why I'm asking for volunteers. You're saying we should do this. Do you want to sit down 54 million people and then we discuss how we're going to do things? Or, I'm already
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You can
we're already doing that. We've moved beyond the point where you're saying we need to restructure and look at what we're doing wrong. That is why I'm actually giving advice where protests have worked in other countries, which I've organized. So please, I don't want this demoralization. I just want to get all these abductees out of wherever they are. Thank you. But I appreciate you've ranted enough. Thank you. Give someone else a chance to
there's no
rant.
problem.
Kindly. Do you mind?
God damn it.
I'm not. I'm not offended. I'm not offended. I get your point. I do. I do. Okay, let's get to someone else. Thank you, Devon, very much. It's a powerful submission all the same. Okay, let me go to this Ronyo who's been waiting for long, and then we'll go to a lady. This lady, Nomad Girl. Hi. In that order, Ronyo.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ken. Thank you so much. I appreciate. The reason as why I raised my hand is because I was listening carefully to what Diva was saying, and I kind of disagree with so many things he's saying because uh, you people have when KOT or Bookten they disagree on something is allowed, So you can't just say we have we have to they should stop being activists, and then you're encouraging us and to have bills send them to the parliament. Which parliament are you talking about? The parliament that signs everything that Ruto tells them to sign. You're asking us to call the judiciary that does what Ruto wants. You're saying we call we call the whether it's inspector general, inspector of police, whether it is the DCI, all these people, they are in the pocket of Ruto. Ruto came on this space. What did he change? When he came to the space, still the finance bill went. The still is being passed through the back door. He came and still people are being abducted today. Before he became the president, he said the abduction will never happen. People will never be abducted. People will never be thrown to River Yala. The same thing is happening. So the main problem that Kenyans have is the president himself. So you don't say you prepare bills, send them to parliament. Which parliament? They will do the biddings of the president. They will do the biddings of Ruto. Whatever Ruto says, that's what they will do. You heard Boss Sholay saying, "I am your loyal servant. When you tell me remove Kashago, I remove. When you tell so." Even if you send whichever bills, if it is not aligning with what Ruto wants, it will never happen. So the country will never go on as long as it is not what Ruto wants. So there's no way you can advocate that now we with the people that we have had 2 years. Where if these people who are listening, they will be listening. If these people are people who are paying attention, they are people who are full of pride. They are full of pride. You heard Ichungwa saying, you guys are telling us you're going to take us home. I know Josephine, you're disagreeing is okay. You heard Ishungwa saying that you're telling us you take us home, that we always go home. So you have such people who are full of pride, who cannot listen to Kenyans when Kenyans are saying this. We have a government in place, and we have people who are missing for 2 days. For 24 hours, people have been missing, and we have a government in place, and they're the same people you are saying we have to listen. So that is you're conflicting yourself, or whatever you're saying is it does not make sense, man. You're saying we should not relieve what happened on June 7th. People died, man. People died. You know, Rex Masai died. So you can't say we should not relieve those moments. They are the brothers and sisters and people's kids, they died on that day, and nothing happened. And instead of rectifying, or instead of seeing the government doing something about it, they are abducting more people. So when people are talking, do not just take it as it is. It is painful. It's bad. What people want is good governance. People are about to go to the kids are about to go to school, and parents don't know what to do because they don't have even the cash. You know, the university funding model is there. People are being asked more money, and people are dropping out of university, my friend. Some of the civil servants were told to get out of the houses because they are being given new houses, the houses that they will never know how they are going to get them. There are people who are about to retire, 10 years to retirement, 5 years to retirement. They are being deducted for housing, which you ask yourself, after they retire, will they be deducted from their benefits? How will they get that house? What will happen to their money that they have already the money that have been deducted for the remaining years before they retire? What happened to that money? We have shift and share, which is not working, my brother. You know, people are going to hospital. There are no medicine. There are people who are going to there are people who are going for treatment. They always go every weekly. They are paying cash, you know. So we have these things that are paining Kenyans, and Kenyans are going through. My sister told me she took his own kid who gets medicine, and the medicine that she used to buy for 50 shillings, she's buying for 300. My friend, this is the pain that people are going through. So when people are talking, and when they're saying they are going through stuff, that people are allowed to do. And whenever somebody says I'm going they are going to check the people who are disappeared in police station. Some are going, we are going to the street. We are not going to fight anybody. We are saying we just need good governance. People are saying they need good governance. So it is not something, it is not a joke, my friend. It is something serious that people should be respected when they are giving their views. So when people are coming out on this space, it's not that they don't have work. They have work to do, but they're coming here because this is where people are being listened. And this space is what made Ruto come to this space. So don't say that this space are not doing anything. Thank you so much.
Ronyo, I don't really know if you're listening to understand what I was saying or you're just listening because you felt some type of way. Because majority of the things that you've said are
please, kindly,
actually the opposite of what I
Yvonne,
was
I
saying.
don't want to be rude, but you really had enough time to speak. I apologize. Okay, I can't shout, so please don't just chime in like that. We had a lady who was actually waiting to speak, and she left. Nancy. So Nancy, if you can hear me, my voice is giving it and losing it. If you can, please request again. And what I agree quite a lot with what Ronyo said. You cannot have the very same people who are in charge of abductions have come on spaces to come and, politicize their politics even further. I will not tolerate that. They are not going to be invited. That is guaranteed. I don't want to listen to politicians because they are the very same people who are failing you. Well, people can't even afford basic painkillers in hospital right now. Doctors on strike, medical interns killing themselves. They are celebrating with their big stomachs, like Kipchumba Kim. I don't even know his name. I'm only confused with Kipkomen, Kipchumba Murkomen. Let me say that. Kipchumba Murkomen, constantly traveling. They were in Dubai. They can take their families everywhere at your expense. The same people are the same people you want to listen to, really, Devon? No. It is time we smoke them out. It is time we go for them. And Kenyans have to continue, actually, now more aggressively. And I'm asking for this list for a particular reason, okay? And I say it, I guarantee no one will be caught. No one is going to communicate with the other person. No one is going to know what's going on. Of course, Katie Sankorn who can know, but nobody else knows what's going on. So please, no, Devon, I disagree. Politicians should not be given any more room to speak on spaces. I appreciate your presence all the same. Okay, let's go to the next speaker. Thank you very much for your wonderful submissions. Kindly bear with my voice, and I just want all these abductees to be freed. I have given an ultimatum, and when you come, don't just run. Ronyo, I would like to hear, because people are angry about the situation. I want people who will tell me, I volunteer. I'm not telling you to volunteer now to go and search for police, whatever. If, to search for the abductees, etc. Because we know very well they're not taken to police stations. If you're a high-profile person like Yoko or Osama, they first take you to other places, or Gaibo, they'll take you through circles. So you're not going to find them at the police station. I doubt that highly. What I want are volunteers for this revolution. How it's going to happen, and it should happen this week. I'm going to talk to you guys, okay? So I have my strategies, which I personally developed and which have been quite successful. And I hope Kenyans are going to listen to me because I'm not going to stop. And at the beginning, I was so angry. I was shouting in my Wangari Maathai voice, I will come for you, Mr. Ruto. I will. He has now declared war on me. I will shed blood to smoke out one of my own. I will. And he should believe that. Because, the West never uses or used spies who are people, they're not people who are loud or whatever, they're people who are very quiet. And so that is a threat, and he should see it as such and really take it serious. Okay, I appreciate you guys. Now, let's go to the next speaker. I see a lot of requests. All of you are going to get a chance to speak because we want these abductees, these children must be freed. Their parents are worried. They don't have a Christmas. Yoko was supposed to travel tomorrow to Israel. His parents gave everything. We know parents sell their assets, like I said at the beginning. They sell their assets in order to send their children abroad, and he doesn't come from a small family. So what he's feeling right now is not even fear, but the guilt of having let his family down. I know that is what he's experiencing. Okay, guys, let us keep pushing. Thank you for your patience. Book 10, would you like to pick the next speakers? Book 10? and do a bit more talking than you're doing. KOT told me he's busy. Oh, all right, Upton, please. And limit also the speakers, like, so that everyone can speak, yeah? All right.
Hello, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity uh, to say something. I have always been on these spaces, but most of the time I'm listening in and just hearing what people say. What I wanted to say is I have heard some people say the problem of our country is the politicians, the problem of our country is bad governance, but I have a different opinion. I think what we have, the problem that we have in our country is a moral problem in our society. And that is why we have had this problem since 1963 when we gained our independence. The problems are the same. The problems we had in 1980 are the same as the ones we had in 2007, as the ones we are having now. These leaders, these politicians have been changing, but the problems are the same. So there is one constant thing. The constant thing is Kenya, is Kenyans. And that is the problem we have. We must we must look at ourselves in the mirror and see what we are doing wrong as a society. Because they say that you cannot expect a river to have clean water when the source is dirty. And we are the source of our problems. Even today, when you look at this government, this parliament, which is not working, we are complaining that parliament is not working, judiciary is not working, the executive is not working, all the systems are not working. But if you look at parliament today, we have a lot of very new guys who came in after the elections of 2002, 2022, I mean. In 2017, we had a lot of very new guys. But the problems are the same as those that were there in 2002 or 2007. These guys, the moment they reach there, they become like the others. So what is the problem? The problem might not be the politicians. The problem is us, the moral decay in the society. If if I get elected today, I might just be, be as the others. So we must look at what we are doing wrong. In in 2022, we made a mistake because our system is a democracy. We elect our leaders. And somebody said that, some people said that we deserve the leaders that we get. There is a lot of corruption in the police, in the judiciary. In the judiciary right now, by the way, the people who are in jail are only those people who do not have money. But even if you killed someone today and you have money, you will not you will not sleep in jail for 2 days. You will get out. You will afford a good lawyer, you will bribe a judge or a magistrate, and you will get out. That is Kenya for you. Or maybe that is Africa for you. The same thing with politicians. They come, they excite us with a lot of stories. They bribe us with 100 bob, 200. We give them votes, and they go. They do what they want to do for 5 years, and then they come back again. That is a moral problem. The society is not morally right. Look at the church right now. The church is in politics too. When these people, when they were in bed with William Ruto back in 2022, 2023, 2021, when he was campaigning using their platform, he was a darling. He was giving them money. Look at it now. Rigathi Gachagua has left government. He is now campaigning. He is using the same platform, the churches. I was watching TV the other week when he was saying uh, the government has ordered illicit brew to be sold in Mount Kenya alone, and he was using a church platform. I knew as much as he was talking about a legit issue, but he was using a church platform to kind of incite, and the church leaders were there looking at him because he had given them money. Like you go to church, you buy a platform, they give it to you. A politician goes to church, buys a platform, they give him a platform. So if the churches are rotten, the judiciary is rotten, the police rotten, doctors rotten. Like, what kind of a society are we? We must look at ourselves in retrospect, because even if today, let me say this, I'm just saying it from my heart. Even if today we removed William Ruto I have never supported William Ruto, and never voted for him. But even if today we removed William Ruto, we replace him with another, the following day we will start complaining again. We go back to complaining the following day, because the problem is not these people. The problem is all of us. As long as a Kenyan is somewhere, there is something wrong. You put a Kenyan in a company somewhere run by government, they bring it down. You put a Kenyan in Mumias Sugar, they bring it down. You put a Kenyan in Nzoya Sugar, they bring it down. You put a Kenyan in anywhere, they bring it down with corruption, incompetence, and all that. So we cannot complain and just accuse the politicians alone, because the politicians are part of us. They are part of our society. We produce them.
Excuse me, or pardon me, Mano.
Yes.
You're saying the Kenyan is the problem, but we should not accuse. The politicians are part of us. You're contradicting yourself because the Kenyan is going nowhere. The politicians are Kenyans also. Or so we're not going to get rid of Kenyans. I mean, sorry, pardon me, but I just I'm really laughing about that. Just to
Yeah.
myself, not in a rude way. But the Kenyan is going nowhere. Just give me what you think are solutions. I'm
What what
solution
what
oriented. I
what,
just don't
what
want to
I
focus too much on the problem because the Kenyan as a human being is going nowhere. It's not a point really.
so what I mean is, we need to look at ourselves and take responsibility also for the problems bedeviling our country. We should not just behave like we are righteous, yet the problems we have contributed also. So the solutions are, we mend our moral fabric. We go back and mend our moral fabric. Wherever you are, make sure you do the right thing for your country. Start with ourselves. Let us start doing the right thing for our country. When elections come, let us look for the right people, good people. I know they are there. They are few, but they are there. Let us look for the right leaders. Let us educate our mothers, our fathers, our grandparents on on the
If I may
importance of
interject,
getting the right leaders in office, so that we get rid of this moral decay in the society. Once we do that, things will run properly. If you are in a police station and I come, I have a problem. The first thing you see is you see me as a source of income. Unaanza kuniitisha pesa. Probably I'm coming to complain. I have been conned by someone, but unaanza kuniitisha pesa kwanza. You go to hospital, unapata mtu you're sick, anaanza kukuitisha pesa kwanza. Wherever we are, in a small way, let us do the right thing. Once we start mending our moral issues, we mend the whole society. Because these leaders, we elect them ourselves. We cannot say we are imposed on them.
Are you by any chance? Are you by any chance Ugandan? You sound very much like a Ugandan. Are you, Manu?
No, I am a Kenyan. I come from Bungoma. I am in Bungoma right now. Anyway, I have no reason to hide, because what I am saying is what I feel is the problem of our country. Even if we organize demonstrations, we organize. I'm not saying they are bad. They are a very good way of correcting what is wrong in our society. But let us start with ourselves first. Correct ourselves. Start doing the right things, so that when we say, Mr. William Ruto, what you're doing is wrong, we are correcting him from a moral high standing. But majority of us Kenyans, we don't have a moral high standing to correct anyone. So let us start from there. When you look at these leaders who were elected in 2022, most of them were elected for the wrong reasons. Some of them were elected because they were popular, they came from a big community, tribal things. They were elected because they were handsome. Some were elected because they were giving people money. Some were just elected because they were.
Okay. Pardon. I apologize. I know it appears rude, Manu, but we have so many more requests than I can handle. So please kindly learn and also say whatever you're saying is for me understandable. However, it is not a solution to anything. Just very briefly, whenever I travel, I just at the airport I hear Kenyans. You don't even know they're Kenyan, but you will hear them say, "Let us sit here first and strategize." Okay, so I know they are Kenyan. We have this thing of let us sit and plan. I was at the airport just last week, uh, and Kenyans from a distance. They're not the only ones I've had, in English. No, the plane is leaving, but let's sit here and strategize. And that is what I'm hearing from you. This attitude of let's sit here and wait is not going to free anyone. We need action now. What is the solution right now? What is the solution? Okay, let's move on to the next speaker after you make your point.
Kenyan lady, just
Please, man,
the last thing.
just land,
I
just
started
land.
I, I started with the solution. The solution is mending our moral fabric of the society. And it is very easy. Start with ourselves. I start with myself. I look at myself. Another person looks at themselves. And then we correct that thing. That's my solution. Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
I appreciate your presence. That's a long-term solution. Of course, it is going to be put into action. but I'm also a very impatient person, so I always want things done like immediately. And we can do that. We have 54 million people. What is it? What are we waiting for? Nomad Gal was here before. I apologize. I know Justin wants to chime in. Nomad Gal was here, and so many other people. Ezra has been here. Nomad Gal, please grab the mic because she dropped, and I don't want her to drop due to technical issues. Thank you very much for your patience, all of you.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening, the Kenyan lady. I hope you can all hear me. And thank you for hosting this space. Honestly speaking, I think we really needed. Personally, I needed this space. Am I audible enough? Hello?
I'm just trying to take a break while all of you are speaking. I'm trying to take a break from speaking, therefore reacting with emojis. So I need that break. Just keep talking if I react with an emoji. I can hear you now. Thank you for joining.
All right, thank you. Honestly speaking, I don't know really what's going on in our space today because the people that are coming and just talking, we have our comrades whom we cannot find where they are abducted. I think that's where we need to steer our anchor. I think that's where we need to push our agenda. I think that's where we need to direct all our energies. And the speakers that came before, Manu, I appreciate I really, really appreciate and I respect your opinion, and who else? There's the voice something, you know. I think we are just not on this space to talk. We do not just come to the spaces to rant. We come to these spaces because we are going through something and we need a solution to that something. Right now, I don't think we're looking at elections. Why are we giving Ruto a whole ultimatum? Why are you giving Ruto a whole time to go until 2027? This is someone who is abducting us, abducting the youth, killing the youth, allowing the military to come to the streets to deal with the 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 27-year-olds. I mean, why are you even so comfortable to allow someone to go up until 2027? Why are we even talking about that? I am so mad. I am so I'm so emotional right now. I'm so mad. And I don't know how we can even have Kenyans. I hope they are youth. I really hope they are youths who are on this space and still talking about we wait until the election times. We come to the space to rant and we don't have solutions. Yes, we have solutions. These are the spaces we come and talk our hearts out. We don't come to rant. We actually come to talk our hearts out. We come to look for solutions. We come to find the people that we can understand in terms of language. If I'm speaking about the language of revolution, I am looking for someone else who understands my language. And I personally think that we do not need to give time to anyone who is not talking about going to the streets tomorrow. If you're not going to the streets tomorrow, if you're not up to, let's go to the streets, let's fight for our comrades, let's look for solutions, let's occupy Safaricom, let's occupy the police stations, let's occupy the streets, let's occupy. If you're not up for that, then you don't belong here. Sorry to say that. It's not my space, but I just think that this is the ultimation time that this government is actually pushing us to the wall, and we need to be that. We need to hit the wall. And now that we have hit the wall, personally, I think I've hit the wall and I don't have anywhere else to go. When Bernard was abducted, I felt so bad, and now Kibet Bull, it's so personal. It feels so bad because there was a time those who of us that have interacted, I simply walked to a police station and I was asking. One of our comrades was abducted, and I went to the police station to ask, hey, did you see this and this and this? And guess what? I got arrested and I slept there. And I paid a lot of money in the morning because guess what? They said, Nyinyi Gen Z, okay, Kenyan lady, I hope you understand Swahili. Nyinyi Gen Z ndio mnasumbua serikali. Like you Gen Zs are the one who are disturbing the government. And I got arrested for doing nothing. Simply for appearing at the police station. You know? And now that we need volunteers to appear at the police station, I'm not scared. If they want to arrest me again, I'm good to go. If they want to abduct us, it's okay. Let them abduct all of us. That is the spirit. That is the way to go. Us coming in talking about elections, why are we giving Ruto the time to go up until 2027? For what? Why? We cannot find Kibet. We cannot find Bernard. We cannot find Billy. Where are they? And then you are here comfortably talking about elections. Excuse us. You're here talking about us ranting on the spaces, talking about politicians who does not listen to. Right now, the whole thing that we need to do is to find our comrades. I think that is what we need to do first. Then everything else can follow. For me, I'm so emotional. I'm sorry, but KOT, we have a group. Please reach out to me. I am very ready. I am in Kajiado County and I have dogs. If the DCIs are listening to me right now, I am at home and we have a lot of dogs. So our dogs are open right now. You cannot abduct me. I know you can find my location, but you cannot come to my father's place because we have dogs. But once I'm out there, you can find me, but I'm not scared. But otherwise, I am in Kajiado County. Reach out to me tomorrow. We can go to all the police stations if they want to abduct us, if they want to arrest us, it's fine. But tonight I know I am safe. We have dogs. Yeah, thank you.
I could literally clap for you, Nomad Girl. Normally, I would have that voice. It's disappeared and it's really letting me down. I see all of you requesting Nomad Girl. I would like to ask you if you can help me to co host. I think KOT is tied up somewhere and I need that energy right now. Um, so, KOT, if you can hear me, I know you're held up and I would like to have Nomad Girl co hosting the space because I don't have the voice for it. Thank you for your patience. I see all your requests. I see so many thousands of requests, honestly, are in the comments. And everyone is going to get a chance to speak because until each and every one of these abductees is free, I am going to continue. Even if I lose my voice completely, I want all of them to be freed. And I'm not begging Mr. Ruto the way people come and say, please, please release them. It is a demand. Release them. Those are not your children. It's not your property. Those are your employers, for fuck's sake. No, he is yours. Mr. Ruto is your servant, and he has to be treated as such. But people have given him so much power that he is really intimidating people. Even just the name Mr. Ruto is just, people just get so scared. And I'm like, where did you learn to be so fearful of somebody who's so far away? You give him that power, take it back. We are going to take back that power. We want these abductees freed. I know very well they are not going to do anything to Yoko. How do I know that? Because he's a high profile case. They're holding him incommunicado, of course, so that he cannot fly to Israel. He was supposed to fly to Israel tomorrow, as was said during the press conference. Also, I mean, it's not something I'm just saying, Charles, why are you putting down your finger? I don't know. Anyway, he was supposed to fly tomorrow, as was said during this press statement released by Honorable Senator Kia Omtata, and he was supposed to go for further studies. So the family has invested quite an amount to send him, and I urge Mr. Ruto to release him. I mean, they're going to release him on the probably. We're going to keep pushing, you know. we're going to keep pushing, and people have to take to the streets. You guys have to go and fight for yourselves. Like, nobody is going to fight for you. But I also need volunteers for something else, because we're not going to back down. We're not backing down. Mr. Ruto is just so accustomed to people obeying him. I don't know in what kind of dictatorial family he grew up, where the father had the last word and nobody was allowed to question at all. You know, he says he does this. He is handling the government as though it's his own household. We know very well he beats his wife, Mr. Sorry, I'm even calling him Mr. Rachel Ruto because I'm so pissed off. You know, we know that he practices domestic violence. We know he is violent, but Kenyans are not his wives or his children, where he pulls off the ages of children like Darlene Ruto, that they disappear. These receding ages, he must have plucked them off. He's that aggressive, this motherfucker. I believe he's doing that. I want the abductees freed, and my voice will come back if I have to shout for them. I will. I will fight, and I will blow up everything in his surrounding to get to those kids, because this is not normal behavior. This is a psychopath in power, and he has to step down. Simple. Sorry. I'm just so mad. So, Nomad Gal, please stay on the panel so I can take you when Sonko gives me any sign, because he's busy. I appreciate your presence and your support. I need your voices. And also Josephine. Ezra has been raising his hand, but would you give Justin a chance to chime in? And then we go to Ezra. And Book 10, I've sent you a DM. I need a break. Book 10, can you hear?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So please pick the speakers, Book 10, and also limit the time so no one is offended. We go to Josephine, who wants to chime in, and then we go to Ezra. And Book 10, please keep the order. Is that okay?
Okay.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Cool.
Thank you, Kenyan lady, once again. And the book, is it a bookman or who is it? Your co-host? Yeah, I really appreciate what is being shared here, but I want to shed some light because I'm just understanding people are just beating along the bush without direction and knowing what they want and saying that they are going to search. Basically, you need to know that if you, for instance, a person has been abducted in Mombasa, and I have to go and search where that person is, I cannot move to all the police stations looking, hoovering and asking questions. Obviously, I will be arrested. That's because there is the regional headquarters, and anyone who has been arrested or abducted and taken to a police station, the regional commander has all the information. So you don't need to move to police stations. Just move. If you are genuine, you just move direct to the regional commissioner. Tell them I am so and so. Tell the secretary I am here to see the regional commissioner. And once you get there, you tell him your concerns and your matter of concerns. Who are you looking for? And if you have reported, you produce the OBs, and him personally will call in each and every station to get feedback, because anyone who has been arrested immediately or abducted, it has to be reported to him. Why would you move from one station to the other? Why would you go bothering everybody all over? It's like we don't have structures. You have to go to the right people. I believe if the people have been abducted in Nairobi, we have the regional commissioner in Nairobi. You don't need to keep on moving in each and every police station. Even people will know that you have direction and they will hijack you. Just move direct to the office of the regional commissioner in Nairobi. Tell him, we are so and so. We are this youth, and we have lost so and so, so and so and so and so. And it has been reported. And we have news from the family. These people are missing. We are here, you tell us, because these people disappeared from Nairobi. Where are they? And we are not leaving your office until you deliver these people to us. It's as simple as that. I've done it so many times. It's not once, not twice. And I just, even until today, my regional commissioner here is my good friend. I don't need to go there now. I only need to raise a call, and he gives me the information. So it's all upon us. Because remember, these are also our fathers, they are our mothers, they are our uncles, they are our daddies, And they are there in those offices. They also don't like what is happening. But they will only think we are chaotic if you are moving from one police station to another. That shows, one, you don't understand yourself. You don't understand where to get the person. And you are just moving here and there without direction. Can we keep our direction and understand if something does happen, where should I go? Because wherever you are going has also been ordered. Now, once you go to the regional commissioner, you have gone to the authority who is supposed to receive the feedback and give the feedback to the president. So, fellow Kenyans, if we are genuinely looking for the people who have been abducted, let's try to approach in a respectful way the offices of the regional commissioners, and we'll be having the information at the palm of our hands. Because if he is not able to produce, he is still the same person. If people have to kuandamana, they will andamana and go to his office as the regional commissioner to give us those people where they are. It's his duty. It's not your duty to follow the police officers. It's your duty to follow the person who commands the police officers to do what they are doing. But if now you decide to be moving from one police station to the other, then you will move till tomorrow and nobody will produce anybody to you. Because the OCSs are already commanded by the OSPD, and the OSPD is commanded by the regional commissioner. So it's very simple. Go direct to the regional commissioner. You have the right as a public servant. He will deliver the information accordingly. That's one take I have to give. The other thing, I want to say something about what Mr. Iwasiti Meme from Busia has just said. He has said we have to be ourselves and check on ourselves and our reputation. Let me tell you one thing, Madam Kenyan lady. We think we are too smart, but we are too hypocritical, such that something is only bad when it's done by the Kenyan lady. But when it's doing it, it's good. It's very easy to tell you Kenyan lady is a thief, but I am the one stealing, waiting for that opportunity also to start stealing. And that's where we are going nowhere. We are trying a lot to actually come up with a solution, but we cannot agree on what we want because everyone is trying to be an hypocrite, waiting for an opportunity to look for a person who can produce their money easily and they collect the money from them, pretending they are doing something. Yet, we are the key leaders of the actual thieving and the stealing. And why I'm saying this is because we've seen people steal, even people's accounts in the space, and they still pretend they are fighting thieves. How do you fight a thief when you are stealing? How now? Because a thief is a thief regardless of what you are stealing. If I steal a pen, I steal a shilling, I steal a million, we are all thieves. That's our title. So a thief cannot talk about a thief. Let's be genuine. Let's try to change our focus on what we are doing things. Madam Lady Kenya, let me tell you one thing. What we are doing here, you could be having a very good motive, but I can tell you, you will not go 2 steps, even with the people who are telling you they are going to volunteer, without them telling you we need money to do something. And what we are doing, actually, when somebody tells you give me money to do something, they are doing nothing. They will only move around to areas even they do not know and still tell you we have gone to this place and this place, and we need more money, we don't have money. And that's the game people have been playing. If we would be genuine enough and everybody decides to volunteer honestly without expecting anything from anybody, I can tell you we would have removed Ruto as early as yesterday. Because we are all hypocrites trying to pretend I am doing this so that I get a place to earn money from people. These are some of the things. Another thing is that majority of us, we have been hosting spaces and putting our numbers there, yet you post bad things so that people can follow you, think that you are you are doing the right thing, then you have exposed yourself to come and get abducted. Why should you put your number there to ask people to support you by hosting a space? It's simply because the game is still in continuity. I'm trying to manipulate people, and you realize that even these people at a particular point, they are being told that to mekushika kwa sababu you were asking money from people, you were calling money people their money. And now, how do you help such a scenario? Because if somebody decides to host and keeps their number there, they are exposing themselves. And then we are blaming Safaricom. How now? If I host a space and I put my number there, how will I support? If I'm abducted, how am I going to blame Safaricom? How is Safaricom my problem? It's me who has said, here I am, come and pick me, and I get my number, and anybody will call me. And if anybody will pretend that they are together with me, then I will go, they will call me, come for a meeting, we have to plan this. I get there, I'm abducted. Sorry, Quisha. What will we say? Can we be serious for once if we want to do away with the Ruto? But if we continue this monkey tricks game, honestly, we are not going anywhere. We could be having very few people who are very genuine, fighting genuinely, but the majority of us, we are hypocrites looking for money, trying to source for money from the international people who are in the international so that they can give us money. Can you depend on your own money? Can you work, let people see you are working, and let them fund you without you asking for the money? Without you manipulating people, let others commend you and they say, so and so is doing 1, 2, 3. And then we can support you willingly, not you pretending to us and lying to us. Unapata mtu, I am in Mombasa. I don't know anything to do with Garissa. Akino, you'll find me there telling you I am in Garissa trying to do 1, 2, 3. How the hell? Are there no people in Garissa who can do what's supposed to be done in Garissa? Why would I leave Mombasa where I am known and grown to go and do something in Garissa? Let's be honest for once. There are people in every territory, and if you think there are no people who can do that, you can still empower them through the space, and they do what they are supposed to do. Why should you take yourself there and ask for support? Guys, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be honest with ourselves so that if we have to redeem our country, let's be sincere. Let's stop conmanship. Let's be honest and join hands together and support our country and move forward. I am sorry for whoever thinks that I'm attacking them or I'm saying anything bad about them, but I'm only being genuine because I've seen a lot of hypocrisy in these spaces. People pretend a lot. And I don't like the pretense. Let's be honest and fight the same battle all together. If we cannot fight the same battle all together, let's stop pretending. Why should you pretend? Nobody forces you to do anything. Do what you can do because you want to do it and you are committed to it. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. For those who feel I have offended them, I have to tell you I am sorry, but I had to speak it because I've seen it take place for some time and I've been observing it and decided to keep quiet. But I just felt today, let me open my heart and say it openly. Because it has happened, and I've seen it happen, and the people are really talking about it behind the scenes, not bringing it openly. Thank you so much.
Okay. Josephine, you always enlighten each and every space you join. And I can see some comments. Pardon me just a second. I can read some comments or have been reading comments, and some people are saying, drop that woman. No, I will not drop her. I really love this Josephine lady because she is very sincere in her and passionate about her cause. You know, she's not someone who pretends. You can really feel the passion and the patriotism whenever she speaks. So I appreciate you, Josephine, very much. And kindly just stay with us. Ezra, grab the microphone. And we will give everyone a chance to speak.
Thank you. I'd first want to add my voice to the group of people who are going to the streets tomorrow. I will be there. I'm in Kajiado also, and as early as 7 a.m., I'll be on my way to town for the protest. So I've just realized one thing, and it's really eating us down. And how I wish the kind of energy we are putting to fight each other could be put more on fighting the one common enemy who is really taking this country in the wrong direction. And honestly, I don't want to go personal on anyone, but I could highlight one thing from Josephine. She's talking a lot of good things, and she has a lot of energy, which we need. But I I request that if possible, let's not fight each other the way we are going head on. We can correct each other in a good way by not calling each other names and labeling each other as fraudsters. And I think this discussion of someone sourcing for money or for anything is a personal choice. If I come here and tell you, please help me, I'm going somewhere, give me the money. If you're willing to give me the money, you give me the money. If you're not willing to give me the money, don't feel bad that other people are giving me the money to do the same thing which all of us are doing. So we can work as a group. Kila mtu anaweza tumia njia yake, but at the end of the day, we can reach one common goal of sending William Ruto home. So, secondly, I don't want us to think about 2027 because between now and 2027 is almost 3 years. 3 years down the line, if we give this guy a chance, I think we'll even be in a position where we'll need 10 more years to bring back our country. The kind of damage which has already taken place in the past 2 years is so tremendous that it doesn't require us to wait until 2027. For example, what's putting us together here today is the abduction of our fellow friends, our fellow comrades, and our fellow family members. We are here because of that, not adding to the other issues of IEBs and whatever. The main thing is our security is compromised. We have a country where someone can walk in, do his thing, and walk out without even the police having a hint. They released a statement saying they haven't abducted anyone. And this raises a question in me. So Al Shabaab can come from Somalia, they come here, they do their thing, and go. So, and these are the guys who are paying. Actually, they have the highest budget to protect Kenyans. Each and every life of a Kenyan is supposed to be protected by the National Police Service. When we complain about insecurity, they tell us it's us who are exposing ourselves to the insecurity. The same kind of narrative Josephine has been pushing here. I can share my number online and do whatever I want to do. If I offend the law, if I do something against the law, I should be summoned, I should be arrested and taken to a court of law. I be charged. I'm not supposed to fear that I'm offending the law and then let me hide. Why am I hiding? If I'm hiding, then it means I've done something which I deserve to be punished. But if I've done something which is part of the freedom of expression as enshrined in our constitution, why should I hide? So the narrative of each and every one of us saying that we are exposing ourselves should stop. We should focus our energies more on how we should express ourselves, and anyone who is coming in between our freedom of expression and what we're supposed to exercise is not to be tolerated. We've agreed if anyone tries to abduct a Kenyan, even in my presence, I'll not allow it. Because kama sikuoni in uniform, you're just one of the criminal gangs who are going to kill one of us. most importantly, let's not forget William Ruto is our number one enemy. And I've been around in Nairobi for long. I've seen a group of failed voices who want to dictate each and everyone on what to do, on what to talk, and on what to say, not quoting the Constitution. But I want to give you a challenge. In 20 years' time from now, you will be in a position to regret the decisions you didn't make or be proud of the choices that you took. It's on you. Don't live in regret. Come out. Kila mtu atakufa. It's only a matter of when mtu atakufa. I'm not buying any fear that someone is coming to kill me because I'm expressing myself. I'll do this all day. And to each and everyone who is coming out strong, God bless you. God give you the strength. And most importantly, let's meet tomorrow in Nairobi CBD in the streets. The abductions have to come to an end, and our comrades have to be produced, either dead or alive. This has to be done. We are going to stand on business tomorrow. Thank you for the chance. God bless you.
I'm not quite sure whether Book 10 wanted to say something, but I appreciate you, Ezra, and of course, the submission you made are well noted and are taken to heart. We are here because the abductions are spiraling to extents that are getting out of hand, even for a dictator. In the most hardened dictators, why not nearly as close or as brutal as Mr. William Ruto? He's the worst person I think East Africa has had. And we see, or I hear people talking about Idi Amin Dada, of course, as a dictator. But I can tell you the people who term Idi Amin Dada as a dictator were the white people. And then, of course, he sent away the Indians and they termed him as a dictator. Africans themselves appreciated him even more than they do Seveni. So please, let us be careful. Mr. William Ruto is the worst of the worst kind anyone can encounter. And I can say confidently that some of these abductees, like Denzel, the last face they saw was William Ruto. I am very sure about that he commits some of these matters himself. That's why he looks so exhausted during press briefings. I'm very convinced that he's not only just, demanding people be arrested, but that he is one of the people who's actually killing people. And that is terrible. It's terrible to have somebody in a position of power you cannot rely on. And this cannot continue. That is why we're saying, Kenyans, I urge you, no dictator has ever been defeated in the history of dictatorships. And that is as long as human beings exist by just mere words and pleading. We have to take to the streets. It is your responsibility because all of us are aging. And the moment your parents cry because they cannot receive medical care or medical interns murdering, killing themselves, committing suicide, and finding out in the autopsy that they haven't had a meal in a few days. It is tragic in a country where Mr. William Ruto is forcing people to vaccinate their animals in order to produce food for the West. Excuse me. How can we be talking about food security and food sovereignty? The roads, the infrastructure is in a dilapidated situation. And then how are these people? We have the food, but it is not being transported. Why should we, if we have an excess, produce for the West and people are starving in Kenya? Why? Because that is what happened during colonial times, that Africans were forced to produce things that would benefit the West, like coffee. We cannot eat coffee. And when I talked on the spaces last year, I said that we have people in Ghana, which is the main producer, 40% of the cocoa comes from Ghana. And there are people there who have never tasted chocolate. What happened just like 1, 2 weeks after I said that? That was the first time Wazungu decided, let us go to Ghana and film Africans eating chocolate. That is where Mr. William Ruto wants to take you. That you produce for the West things you cannot eat yourself. And why should we produce according to Western standards? Why? We have been vaccinating our animals since time immemorial. Who is Bill Gates to come and dictate the way things should run in Kenya or Africa or anywhere for that matter? He can go and we will force him into exile like many dictators before him. He will go into exile and he can go and live with Bill Gates. I'm so tired of that fucking idiot, to be honest. I'm just tired. Sorry, I need to vent in between because I just hate this man. I just hate him. Okay, we want our abductees freed. We want these children to celebrate New Year with their families. We have provided an ultimatum that has not been fulfilled, and we are his employers. He is our employee. How dare he come and insult his employers on open spaces and call them stupid, possessed by the demons? This man has to go. He's wasting time. He belongs in Matare. He doesn't belong in State House. And after that, burn that State House down. It is possessed with evil spirits. Then burn it down. It's a colonial structure anyway. We don't need it. Okay. My apologies. I'm just gonna, if you've spoken, just remove you apart from the two ladies, and then I'm going to keep adding all of you. So all of you are going to be added, and I can see a comment here. If I may just read it. Everyone, Murima Kogi has rated book 10. Maybe you could read out my points. We need to treat these people like the criminals they are. We need to have physical meetings to strategize and keep the fire of protests burning. Constitutional amendments as a people and focusing on IEBC. Absolutely, I agree, but I disagree with the physical meetings. We can see what is happening. We always have a mold somewhere. So we cannot continue with these physical meetings. If anyone invites a physical meeting right now, and I'm sure Okir, that was definitely not Okir Omtata's intention. He didn't. I think he's as shocked as everyone else. But I know we cannot continue with the same modus operandi. We have to change. So okay, thank you. Our KOT has dropped, so I'm gonna add you, Nancy, as a co-host. And please be patient with us. We want to listen to everyone, and we have to be on the streets tomorrow. And stop giving up. Like, why are you going home? What are you going home for? Stay on the streets. You can get this man out of power. He's not a demigod. He's not a god. Please. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go to the next speaker. Book 10. Do you know who the next speaker was? Let me add Nomad as a co-host, Nomad girl, because she's got the voice I need right now. Okay. Book 10, can you hear at all? Book 10, I need your voice. Okay, these two men are not helping me much today, but I'm adding you in a while, in a second, Nomad girl, okay? I'm adding you in a second. Let's go to Faith Mwangi. Hi, Faith. How are you doing? Good evening. Faith Mwangi? Hi. Can anyone hear me? Can you give me any sign?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm very sorry.
Lady. Okay.
Now, I've been listening to you guys very keenly, and I love the fact that you have a spirit that is a fighting spirit. A few things that I would like to point out. One is that if you have a resolve to fight, do not back down and do not be anybody who is in this team. Let not anybody be given a bribe or sell out. whatever the course we are taking. As one of the ladies, tulienda maandamano, and I was hit on the leg by, they aimed at my leg to hit me with a tear gas. Literally, my leg is swollen until now. But it is not, we will not back down on keeping silent. One of the things that this Kasongo is doing, he's making sure that he's silencing the voice of the people. He does not want to hear anybody speak, complain, or do anything. He does not want to be even corrected. So let's all have a resolve. One of the things they're saying when we say let's have a resolve as a team, one, let's work as a teamwork. Let's all resolve to fight Kasongo. And let's not put bitterness ahead, but let's see what do we need to do. One is to make sure that our voice is heard. Let it be heard no matter what. He may abduct some of us, he may even shoot us. How many will he kill? But let us never be cowed down and let us never be silenced. That is number one. Number two, if anybody is a traitor among us, they should be put out. They should literally be put out. Because we cannot be fighting a cause and one of us is selling out. Like what I saw someone do. You are fighting a cause for the people, but then you're bought and you go out of the struggle. You make the people look funny. Just because you've been given some few coins, now you think that you can sell out. There, we should be a people with no price tag on our heads if we want this thing to be serious. I have been telling people the example, giving the people the example of Burkina Faso. When we look at Burkina Faso, these people even were given money that was a lot of money, but they never sold their country or sold the person they believed in. So if we are a people like that, one, we have a resolution. We know where we are going. We want Kasongo out, and we know who we want in. So that now, when we are fighting this cause, when we give our voice, no one can silence us. Let us, as Gen Zs, I can tell you, I'm an older person, but we are fighting this cause. One of the disappointing factors I'm seeing is people, if they identify it is you now who is going out, they will bribe you and you conform. Once they realize that there's a price tag to the cause, they will never take us serious. But let us be people who are pressing forward, going and looking at the goal that we have. Number three, let us know we want Kasongo out. Who do we want in? What is the way forward? So that now, when we as the people that we are having, as the Gen Zs that you are, and the millennials that are joining you, if we remove Kasongo, do we leave this country to go to anarchy, which is even worse? So what we need to know is, as a team, who do we want? Now Kasongo is out. We have to bring someone in. Do we have an agreement on that? So let us look at all these things. But when we talk about the abductees, I'm very passionate that we should find them. Because I'm telling you, I'm eating Christmas with a swollen leg that my family has to keep on massaging. I've got to keep on going to the hospital because they shot on my foot. They literally aimed at my leg. If that tear gas got me well, and it is all because we were talking about ending femicide. It was a very wrong thing. I've never seen anything more stupid in my life. So now, as I would advise us, if we look at a course, tusiongee tu kwa space, ati oh, kesho tutafanya, kesho tutafanya. What is our resolution? Tomorrow tunataka kwenda prison. Wacha tuende. If you have to walk, walk. Let's not take advantage of each other. Let us walk to where we are going. Let us be there. Let us agree on time. Let us be there on time. Let us look for the people we are looking for. Otherwise, we will be taken for granted. If we have people in other countries that are supporting the cause, let them also do that within their course. Wachukue picha na make sure zina trend so that now these people can know that this thing is a very serious thing. And these people cannot be controlled. Neither can they be swayed. We can only conform to what they say. And I think that would be my short advice. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much, my wonderful lady here, Faith, for your wonderful submission. I listened attentively and I honestly just apologize for your predicaments. Or, they're injuring people, maiming people, and not providing any solutions, Father, for medication or whatever. When he attended the space in June, I asked him what he's going to do about those who have been killed, and he said, Mr. Ruto said, he was going to provide assistance that the families would be catered to. Some of these young men who are murdered were the sole breadwinners of their families and still going to university. Then he introduced the help loan, which is really not assisting anyone in any way by this categorization. Really, it's just complicating lives. And then the abductions, when they're abducted, then forced to pay a bond, or held at ransom. Really, what kind of a regime is that? Where the police, without any trial, just decide this person must be murdered. And they cannot just they cannot exempt themselves from fault because they are there to protect. So we cannot say, no, it's a different squad. Yes, it might be a different squad, but it is their duty to get this squad. So we will not exempt them. Nancy, I have sent you the request to co host Nomad Gal, not Nancy. I apologize. I sent it a couple of times. But to respond to you, this is a history lesson in 2 minutes. You mentioned, what are we going to do after Kasongo leaves? That is not our problem. We want him gone. I'm going to give you some 3 examples or so, which I have often. In South Korea, 1980, there was a period without a president that lasted for about a week until somebody called Chun Do-wan, he assumed power. So they went without a president for a week. In Zimbabwe, 2017, just recently, Zimbabwe went without a president for about a week also until Emerson Mnangagwa was sworn in. And then we also have Libya in 2011. And Libya, it experienced a longer period without a president, actually lasting several months until, during this transition from Muammar Gaddafi's regime to the establishment of a new government structure. So our problem is not who's going to come after that. Our problem is removing him and changing the structure so that anyone else who comes with a Bible next time can be chased with that Bible to go, wherever he came from. We're tired of these people who come as saints, like Mr. William Ruto crying in church. That same thing I see with Morara Kebaso. And I know this fight is not against one of us, but we have to really change the way leaders are elected, not sympathy votes. And those who are receiving bread or whatever, 200 Kenya shillings prior to elections, they should be beaten also. MPs, we have to start visiting those people because they're letting Kenyans down. They will be visited, they will be beaten, their family members, and amping up or whatever security. They're receiving Christmas money. Kenyans have nothing to feed on. It's not okay. Kenyans, you shouldn't put up with this. Don't tolerate this bullshit. Mr. William Ruto is nothing. He only has as much power as you bestow upon him. Now take back that power and see whether, if he is just one of you, whether you're going to still refer to him as president. Without the power you give him, he is no one. Please understand that. And also, don't fear politicians like you can't talk in their presence. Call them idiots, assholes, whatever, because that's what they are. They're not helping. And I still want volunteers because I'm driving at something. I want volunteers. So if you volunteer, kindly just put it in the comment section. I appreciate all of you. Book 10, can you speak? No, my girl, please take over. just distributing the mic and limiting time, and also chiming in. Nomad, Carol, hi. I can see two unmuted mics.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Okay.
I wish you the best. It's about your voice. And sorry guys, there are a lot of emotions going on, but I think we should stay focused. We should stay focused, and we should know that our friends are still missing. So, in as much as we want to throw, tantrums, we want to throw anything on anyone, let's just remain focused on why we are here and why we need each other and why we always need each other. The ultimate thing is to have our comrades free and to have our country free of the corrupt politicians, and everything else negative, and especially the biggest enemy, who is Kasongo. That is our ultimate goal. So, guys, let's keep on talking. I can see so many people are, but let's remain focused. In as much as, I don't know, let's just respect every opinion and let's decide, let's respect, and let's agree to disagree in a manner that we all come to a conclusion that our enemy is Kasongo, one and only man, and we need our comrades free. So I don't know, Bookton, are you there? Maybe you can accept the next speaker, please.
Okay, I think the co-hosts are busy, but KOT Sonko, if you want to say something, because you drove to the police station, you're searching for the abductees. Do you want to say anything about it? Did you achieve any results? KOT Sonko, you requested not long ago. Okay, probably busy. Kibaki, you've been waiting for a long time and also have been sending your requests and messages.
Kenyan lady, can you hear me now?
Can you speak now?
Yeah, sure. So I think we've done our search today for almost 5 hours. No, not 5 hours. I mean for almost 8 good hours from different police stations, as we promised yesterday, because yesterday we spoke to the media and we resolved to go and have a look at the police stations, because we have some of the friends who were abducted some months ago. Remember when the abduction were at the early stages, and most of them we used to find them in the police station. So that was one of the reasons why we resolved to go to police stations to look for our good friends, because honestly most of them we've been together, like Bernard, I think the last time ulikuwa naye during Oeba's Oeba's event, and then Kibet, I used to work with him on pushing some hashtag on this platform. So these are the people, I mean these people si ati ni watu wageni, we know them, and so it was really disheartening to see watu kama hao wamechukuliwa, and so we had to launch the manhunt, ama sijui manhunt, I don't know which word I can use it probably, but after our efforts tulienda Pangani police station na tukuwapata, and we were even allowed to go to the cells and see the kind of people who are in those cells. Tukaenda Kiambu police station. In Kiambu police station tuwatafuta, tukaingia the cells, hatukuwapata. Then we went to Kikuyu police station, and at Kiambu and Kikuyu, at Kiambu we even spoke to the OCS, who is a lady, and alisema she hasn't seen mtu yoyote kama huyo, and we had some 2 police officers who were even aware of the issue. Hata walikuwa Twitter, and they were also showing us that we can see there is a lady who had posted that wako huku. So hizi vitu hata tunafanya hapa, honestly, even those police officers wanaziona. And then at Kikuyu police station we had no one there, so venye imefika late, we said let's go back home and see what we can do. And so guys, honestly, I don't know what we can do, because some few months ago hao watu wakishikwa walikuwa wanapelekwa kwa polisi. Yeah, look at the case of Lavani, look at the case of Rono, look at the case of Billy Nairobian. All of them walitokea police station, but now saizi find out that these police stations zenye tumetembea, we can't find them. So it has to give us some question mark. What do we really need to do? And you guys, I told you that we need to work closely. We need to work together. We need to move with speed to ensure that we secure the release of these guys. And because this government, at times they can't listen to you when you just tweet and when you just go to the media. I think we know where their offices are. We know where the vigilance office is hapa Nairobi. Tunajua mali DCI ziko, tunajua mali National Police Service wako. And because these guys are tasked to they are tasked to give security to our citizens. It means they should also be questionable. So I was thinking if we can do a proper mobilization, honestly, we go to the streets, because that's the only thing we can do for now. Come on, to Menda police stations, we can't find them. Let us go to the streets. If we went to the streets for the end femicide, we can also go to the streets for end abductions KE. So guys, I don't know what you guys are feeling, but mimi naona the only language that this government listens to, the language of the streets. And we have to put our fear kando kabisa to ensure that we end these abductions once and for all.